These are the strangest graves in the entire world. This grieving mother added a sandbox to her little boy's grave who had passed away unexpectedly. And now his older brother plays in it every single day. This is the gravesite of a boy who died of an incurable illness in 1865. A few hours before he died, he told his dad he was afraid of death because he knew they'd be burying him underground with no lights. So his parents honored his wish and put a window in his tomb. After her daughter died of yellow fever in 1892, a grieving mother wanted to make sure that her little girl was never alone. You see, her daughter was absolutely terrified of storms. So she constructed a staircase that goes down directly into her tomb. Every single time there was a thunderstorm, that mother would go to the graveyard and sit with her daughter for hours, comforting her in her grave.
This is why you should always lock your doors. A class was playing a game of Kahoot when they heard a voice on the intercom say, "This is not a drill, go into lockdown." The students huddled in the back of the classroom and then the power went off. Minutes later, the students heard the sound of a man screaming at the top of his lungs, running down the hallway. The lunatic man started banging on the lockers and his screams gradually got louder. He then started banging on the classroom window, yelling, "Open up." He eventually left, and 10 minutes later, a voice on the intercom said, a mentally ill person had entered the school and attacked the lady at the front desk. The staff did a sweep of the school and still couldn't find him, so they locked the doors and resumed class. Later that night, one of the janitors went into the utility closet when this happened.
You should never use wallpaper, and this is why. 15-year-old Nicole had just moved into a brand new house. She was shocked to find her room completely covered in moldy wallpaper and was forced to remove it. But as she tore off the wallpaper, she made a shocking discovery. Every corner of the wall had a written name and date underneath it. That night, curiosity got the best of her and she decided to search up the names of the people on the wall. Every name and date lined up with real missing people, and she called 911 immediately. The cops immediately rushed over and an investigation began. They discovered what was on her wall was not wallpaper. It was actually human skin.
If you're ever walking and hear a sound behind you, look up, for it might be the Gashadokuru. The Gashadokuru are skeleton giants who walk around in the middle of the night. If they see a human, they will quietly walk up behind them, bite off their head, and drink their spraying blood. Soldiers that die on the field and people that die of starvation usually do not have their final rites read. In Japanese culture, that means that their soul cannot pass on and they're reborn as a hungry ghost. When the bones of hundreds of those souls gather together, they become the skeleton monster known as Gashadokuru. If you're a fan of monsters, scary stories, and lore, please support this channel. Thank you guys.